Who's watching football right now? We got parlays to bet. Ah, man, last 2 weeks been off by one. I know you heard that one before, right? But we're back. Got to fire again. Let's go. We don't. Welcome everybody back to another episode of Money Pot Podcast. I am the host. I'm the CEO. They call me Moss Money, and we are back this week to talk parlay betting. It just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. If you guys have been watching me for, I've been on the platform what maybe 2 years. I've always been a straight better, really. Um, I do bet parlays. I do find myself having fun with parlays, but everything we see out there on social media is all parlays. It's kind of the older style to be betting straight bets all the time. So we're going to be talking: is parlay betting the best way to bet? Agree or disagree? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Is parlay betting the best way to bet? And is that the way you bet? Because it's good for me to know if you are parlay better. And funny, I saw a video with somebody talking about. He was like, "Yo, man, I know y'all straight betters. Y'all telling me. I know. I get it. I want to bet the $100 to win $100, but then I don't because I hit a parlay. And once you hit one parlay, and he said, no offense to the drug addicts and the mental health folks, and no, and I'm saying that now, no offense to that, but man, once you get that first hit, you chasing forever. You're hooked. You're hooked on these parlays. Once you hit that one time, that one eight ball, you're good. Like, oh man, I need that again. And I get it. You can bet the $100 and win 90 or whatever the juice is, or 125. But hey, I could take this $20 and hit for 800. So that's the gist of how the parlay betting is the best ways. For me, I'm obviously have to disagree. I bet parlays a lot in my lifetime in terms of my sports betting portfolio and career. And I have lost way, 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 way more than you win. It's actually only like 20%. Like a good parlay better probably only wins like 20%. So think about it. Every out of every five parlays, he hits one. So, and that's really low, right? A professional better hits about 55, 58%. A really good one, your boys, hit about close to 60%. If you don't believe it, check the record. Go to Money Pot Betting on YouTube and you'll see every week recap. We're winning each and every week. No lies told. Um, but yeah, so a good parlay better hits about 5 to 1, five. I'm 20%, about 20% of the time. And if you're starting to find yourself going like 10, like 10 to 1, it's like, man, that's tough. That's tough to fight back for. Now the payout is obviously beautiful. It's a beautiful payout, right? Especially if you smash. And then the ones we seeing on like Instagram, TikTok, they're putting 10 grand and hitting for mortgages. You know what I mean? And I get it. It's all love. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's a scratchy ticket. That's what I call them. It's a scratchy ticket. You have to, what I mean? You want to put in that $25 and hope you win 10 grand when it comes back out. So to me, I have to disagree to the poll here. It's not the best way to bet. It's a very tough way to bet, and you're always chasing when you bet parlays. Always chasing when you bet parlays. But hey, we got parlays coming, so let the chase begin. Right? We got NFL action. I know the game's on. Last I checked, it was what 7-3. I don't know if it's changed. I got stuck watching it. I know one of my guys got a bet on it, so I was just trying to see if his bet was going to hit. But what a dookie game to watch for that one. Jesus Christ. Who wants to watch the Colts and the Patriots? Like, what were they thinking when they booked that for Germany? Like, what, like, that was a lot. Like, you booked that last year or maybe even 2 years ago, and you booked these two teams? What about these two franchises made you think that that was a good game early morning, 9:30 in Germany? Like, what made you think that? Like, come on, man. What a terrible, terrible game to book for that. What a garbage game. All right, so we're gonna get into our first parlay of the day, even though I disagree, but it is what it is. We're gonna get into our first parlay um, game of the day. Obviously, brought to you by. Let's go with Carlino's. Carlino's is a little bit longer. Let's go with Carlino's. Let's look at some food and get ready for the day. Right. Be back in a jiff. Is that even a word? Who says that? I think I saw that on TV. Terrible.
In our family, food is our daily bond. My nonna, affectionately called Mama by many, found solace and joy in the kitchen, sharing her love through delicious creations. She turned her culinary passion into a flourishing business alongside her husband and sons in 1983. Celebrating 40 years is a testament to our exceptional team, friends, family, and beloved customers. With gratitude, we look forward to the future, expanding our brand to share the highest quality Italian food and wine nationwide. Our heartfelt thanks to everyone who has played a part in our story. Grazie mille.
Uh, let's bring up our handy dandy sports book. I see you boys. What's good, bro? Thank you for joining. Oh, look at that. I was looking at this a while ago. Hmm. Ain't no Panthers. It's still look at this garbage game. Who want to see this game? This week's a tough week. Got some injuries, injury bug coming across, some hot teams, other teams that are not so hot. A good game, some bad games. No birds, of course. Um, but you know, I think I think we got we can find some value today. I think there are some plays here to be had. Um, yeah, we're a little bit early when we do our show on the Money Pot Betting YouTube channel. We do our show Wednesday. So we get really early lines. So some of these lines are going to be skewed and my betting number is a little bit different now because I have to almost bet twice because of the betting. The bet is a little bit different. But there's some prop bets I like. I really like. There's some totals and unders I like. It looks like some of them already shifted a little bit here. So let's get into the first bet. If you haven't known the format is usually a nice little two leg parlay, little hit. We've been pretty successful on those. 1 and 3 in our last three of those. The last two were really, really close. I think the one, like AJ Brown, didn't have two touchdowns in the one game, but he had the one. Got a little bit greedy. What was last week? Last week was a banger. Last week was like 8-1. I really liked it, but it barely missed. I forget what it was, but it was close. It was close. What's up, Don Don? Our boy James Frankfurt again. Yeah, man. I mean, Don Don, I saw that you subbed not too long ago, bro. So obviously, you're our guy. As you know, it's funny, somebody else from Detroit hit me up. Another Detroit fan hit me up, an older head. He said he was like 50, 60 something. It should be interesting. To find so y'all Detroit fans, man, coming following your boys, man. I thought that was funny. I thought it was you for a second. I was like, oh, that's that Don Don? I was like, no, oh, no, that's another Detroit boy. And then we were talking about the Detroit take I had. I mean, if you could see the chat on there, which I just thought it was funny. So made me think about you. I actually mentioned you too. But I mean, we were on Michigan all the way. Me and Diddy was on Michigan all the way. There was no way. It was Michigan or no bet. It was, what I mean, like that was so obvious. I don't know why people keep getting mad at Franklin. He is what he is. And not even that, Penn State has nothing offensively explosive. There's nothing. And then the running backs haven't been that good this year. They haven't been like amazingly like they were before. The defense is what holds it up. That offensive line is good. But, from a skill position, Penn State is lacking bad and big time. They need to get some recruits in there and get some some speed because they don't have it. Because I mean, Singleton is out, right? He'll probably leave. I don't know if the other one is leaving, and then they got no backfield anymore. So, um, who knows? Who knows? So appreciate it, brother. As always, always. Appreciate the support. Appreciate all support on any platform, whether it be um, Money Pop Betting or HUD. Love the support anywhere we can get it, man. Um, we're on that grind to a thousand subs, man. So we're close. We're real close. Disagree to the poll. I always look, yeah, man. But they're tough bets. They really are. They really are tough bets to bet. It's amazing when people you see people who are actually good at them. But I think even parlay betters, because they can't sustain, they start to switch to straight betting. So I think that's pretty decent logic when you look at that. All right, let's get into a parlay. Let's cook something up real quick here. Let's do our first parlay. So my first leg of my parlay is going to be in this Tennessee Broncos game. And you're like, damn, man, you were just talking smack about a Dookie game in Germany. And now you're looking at Tennessee and Buccaneers. Now, stick with me. The Buccaneers have the second worst passing defense in the league. And I think that Tennessee is going to have some success here being able to pass the ball. I think Levis is coming on here in terms of his arm a little bit here. Now, when you look back at some of the teams that Buccaneers have played, their quarterbacks went off. Obviously, last week was huge. CJ Stroud went off for 450 yards. Before that, Allen went off for 300 and I think 30 yards. Even Desmond Ritter from the Falcons had 250 yards. Now we get a young guy who wants to stretch the field and wants to throw the ball, excuse me, to be able to stretch, to be able to throw the ball on the second worst defense. Excuse me, damn, I gotta get some drink. Ah, second worst pass defense in the league. Yeah, man. I got this pretty early. I got it at almost 8 yards less. Like I said, you gotta follow us to know when we're getting on some of these lines. So this line has been changed, but I definitely like it, and I even like it more with a little bit alt. So we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to do a little bit alternate spread here because I think it's middling it, and I think middling it right now, it's just not worth the value right here at minus 115. I think he's going to be able to have a good day to throw the ball. So give me Will Levis over 250 yards at plus 170 as our first leg of our parlay. I like it straight. You're getting some plus money here, but give me Will Levis over 250 yards passing yards for our first leg of our parlay. All right, let's go back here. Now, for the second leg of our parlay, I want to keep. Oh, wow, that line dropped. That Detroit line dropped. I don't like that. I like to keep these games in. I like to keep these games 1 o'clock games so we can funnel that money to 4 o'clock games. So there's a couple plays I do like here. I like the under here in the Pittsburgh Green Bay game. I got to check the weather. I haven't checked that yet. Um, but that's the only one I really like. I think the Saints should handle business in Minnesota. Actually, you know what? Let me look at because yeah, I don't know if y'all saw Michael Thomas. What a fucking nut that dude is, man. Man, that guy's fucking nutty, throwing bricks and shit at people. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like snapping. Steroids, man, got these boys' heads wired funny. I'm gonna go with Kamara here. I think that over 32 yards is a little light for him. We got check down Charlie for David Carr. The defense, but see, the problem is here the defense is decent. The Vikings defense is decent here. So a little bit. I'm not in love with this bet here. Let me take a look here. I mean, Dobbs came in and they had a shit, but I mean, Atlanta's defense is Chris Overlay. Chris Overlay to score might be a good one, or Hill to score. Hill's been scoring in a couple games, right? Let me see something here. He scored in 3 games, last 3 games. Tyson Hill. Shaheed. Shaheed should see a tick too. What's the Vikings pass defense looking like? They had a couple nice little shootout. Or Madison could score here, right? But see, I think their rush defense is pretty good. That's why I said like I'm searching because I don't really like this play. I think it's a play that I could play. I don't really like that one, that play. What I do like is some of these unders. I do like Houston and Cincinnati under. I don't think Chase is going to play today. In Cincinnati, I think Houston coming off such a big game. I think they regressed a little bit here. I do like the under in Cincinnati. I mean Cleveland and Baltimore. I like the under in Pittsburgh and Green Bay. I actually love that under. Um, what's that under with that? What's that parlay like? 4-1? I think it was at 39, or it might have ticked up a little bit. Let me see the weather real quick on them. Uh-uh. No, I felt like congested. Yeah, 43 degrees, Pittsburgh weather. Yeah, let's go with that. Let me get the under here. Um, Under 4-1 here. Will Levis over 250 yards and Green Bay Packers Pittsburgh under. I like the hook here at 38 and a half. It smells like a 22-19 type game. I mean, I don't see any of these teams scoring over 20 something points. 17-20. You know what I mean? Like, let me look because Green Bay scored 20, 10, 17. The last time they scored over 20 points was September 17th, the second game of the year, and they lost 24-25. It's the last time they scored that many points. Let's look at Pittsburgh. Last time Pittsburgh scored over 20 points was against the Rams. They've only scored 20 over 20 points 3 times. Yeah. Give me the under here. I like this play. 4-1. Lock it in. Will Levis over 250 yards passing and under 38 and a half for Green Bay and Pittsburgh. All right. Hope you guys got that written down. Let's clear the board. Our next best bet is brought to you by Royal Billiards. Be right back.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, proudly celebrating 40 years and our new, bigger showroom.
Twice the size and twice the fun.
More pool tables by Olhausen. More dartboard sets, including custom reclaimed backboards. More bar and kitchen stools that can change a room.
And more bars, including pre-built and custom.
Hot tubs, skee ball, shuffleboard, outdoor,
and fun.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, your ultimate game room store. Now located on Bethlehem Pike in Colmar.
All right. We're back for our second best bet. This is when we kick it up just a tad here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take money line Niners. I like them off a bye. It's going to be a really tough game, though. Jacksonville's starting to come on. But when Debo Samuels plays for the 49ers are good and they're a better team. I wonder what Chris CMC is for scoring, like he's minus 175. Huh. That's the same as them winning. Does the streak end today just because we're on it? How funny would that be? No, it's not. He'll still score. Let me switch it up. We're going to go CMC to score. How funny would that be if we're the Jinx? That's messed up. We're going to go. Got to go to those Detroit Lions. We're going to go. Amon St. Brown has been on a goddamn tear. I don't think it stops. I got it at 81 and a half. It's already at 84, and it's still minus 130. I think he goes over 100 yards today. Montgomery's back too, which is big for them. He probably scores. But give me Amon St. Brown over 100 yards. And then we're going to go Seattle money line, right? And then we're going to go alternate spread. The Dallas Cowboys are going to bomb on the New York Giants. I don't care if these teams played 10 times in a row. With these rosters, the way they are, there's no reason why the Dallas Cowboys should not win 38 to nothing. There's no way that Tommy DeVito, he might score once. If the Giants come even close to these games, all you Cowgirl fans should pack it up. Just pack it up. We're going to do alternate spread, and we're going to go 20. The Dallas Cowboys should win by three touchdowns. So that's CMC to score. Amon St. Brown over 100 yards. Seattle money line. Dallas minus 20. That is a 10-1 play. I really like this play. I don't see how, how I don't know. You know what I mean? I think Detroit and Chargers should be a shootout. I actually like Detroit in that game at the Chargers. I think there's going to be a 50-50 fan base there. Chargers have no home field advantage, right? So, and Detroit's getting healthy. We already know that CMC, if he just misses, he misses, whatever. But I would double up on him next week if he misses. Seattle at home. They lost last home game at home. I don't think they lose. It's not consecutive, but I don't think they lose twice at home. So give me Seattle money line. And do we have to really talk about what the Giants are right now? Like it's Saquon, and that's it. You know what I mean? And Dallas is coming off a big loss to us. Like that's tough. What's 21 and a half? I mean 21 versus 21 and a half versus 20. It's nothing. Yeah, I really like this play. 10-1 play. Lock that in. That's a good play to me. 10-1. All right. Now for that banger, but that's brought to you by hats.com. Your hat drawing.
Hats.com is the premier destination for quality and fashion forward hats and more, with designs for every style and trend. Locally based and run by Philly sports team fanatics, Hats.com can help you elevate your hat John. Utilize the easy-to-use guides at Hats.com to find your perfect size and style, and shipping and returns are free. Hats.com. Find yourself in a hat. Use code Philly for 15% off your order. Hats.com.
All right, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Yeah, he does. Tommy DeVito. He talk about what did he say? His mom still makes his bed. Like, why would you tell the world that? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, stupid. What did he say? He said my mom makes my bed still and all this other stuff. Like, come on, dog. You about to start a quarter. You about to start for a national football team, and you telling the world that your mom still makes your bed. Like, come on, man. Stop playing with him. Stop doing that to yourself, man. Stop. I don't get it. I don't get it. But whatever. They're not my team. All right, let's cook something up here. See if we can get lucky. Hit him with a scratchy ticket play. All right, so I'm going to start off with some of the teams here. I like the Niners to win here. Right, we'll go back to the Niners. I'll take the under here in this Baltimore Cleveland game. All right. With this line being 2.5 now, actually, you know what? I like the over here. I want to take the Raiders, but I think I'm going to leave them off. All right, now let's go back and fill in some of the gaps. So we already talked about it's hard to to see what's going to go in this Houston Cincinnati game. Um, like Cincinnati's just decimated a receiver. I know Taj Boyd, I believe, is still there, is still going to play, but the the injuries here, Pierce is out, Collins is out for Houston, Chase is questionable, but I don't think he's going to play. Higgins is out for for Cincinnati. These are all big names. I mean, the DN Hubbard is out. Like Jesus Christ, I didn't even know Hubbard was out. That's huge for Cincinnati. Hmm. Who's going to score? Let's see if we can find this live. I know Robert Woods is back for them, so that should be good. Um, let's see. Let's see what some of these props are in this game. When he was on, he did okay. Robert Woods. He got hurt in New Orleans. He only has one touchdown. Let's see if we can find. Like when there's a lot of scoring, there's going to be people who score. You know what I mean? Like when these totals are higher. Let's see what the passing prop is. CJ Stroud with over. Oh wow, I like that over 1.5 touchdowns. I feel like that's too low. He's got 14 touchdowns and one pick. How many games has he not thrown? He didn't throw a touchdown Carolina. Oh, it's all his away games. He hasn't thrown more than two touchdowns. All right, yeah, I see why. So he's had four away games, and out of those four away games, only one he's thrown for over two touchdowns, and that was against Jacksonville. Sounds like he's due. That's what it sounds like. He doesn't really rush the ball either. He's got surprising some legs. What did he do? Carolina was a pooper. Let me see here. What about Schultz? Schultz is this guy, right? He's got 33 receptions, 350 yards, and four touches. Damn, he went off on Tampa. He had 10 catches for 130 yards. That's what killed him. But he's got four touchdowns in the last five games. Looking for him early and often, huh? What's with the Bengals against the tight ends? Let's see this real quick. Ooh. Uh-oh, we might have found something. Might have found something. Oh yeah, we found something. Look at that. We found a gem. We found a big time gem. So against Buffalo, Kincaid had 10 catches and 81 yards. Against the Niners, Kittle had 9 catches for 150 yards. They're on a bye week. Seattle didn't do much, but Bobo, oh no, that's their Noah Fant didn't really do nothing. But before that, against the Cardinals, I don't think Ertz was in, but Swarm had 2 catches for 24 yards. Cardinals. Let's see. I need one more. What did Mark Andrews do against them? 5 catches for 45 yards and a touch. All right. Let's go Schultz. 149 yards seems like a gift. I think we found some little gem there, man. Especially with the injuries here and a glaring hole the last 2 weeks, and their starting DN is out. Excuse me. Can we get a Schultz touchdown? What's a Schultz touchdown here? Where are we at right now? 476, and we got 3 plays. Schultz is 220 to score. What a 46 total. So who else scores? The team and 4 catches, and one of the guys are out. Collins is out, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, give me Schultz to score here. I do like Schultz as a straight play too, in terms of his yardage. I think that's way too low against a team who struggled against the tight ends. Um, Wonder what his receptions are, real quick. Receptions is 4.5. Yeah, 4.5. Yeah, he's going to be a part of this offense today. Hmm. Yeah, I like that. All right. See, this is what we do here, man. When you go to these parlays, man, you got to find some gems while you're cooking. It's just 46 points. Somebody's got to score. So I'll take Schultz to score here. I'm not touching this game. I do like. I'm looking at with Thomas out. Overlay should eat. Shaheed is a dark horse too to score. The Chargers have the worst pass defense in the league. I don't want to double up on that one. CeeDee Lamb coming off a monster game. I think he should eat probably again. Trying to think who's going to score against the Giants. Like that, they're somebody's got to score, right? I mean, Pollard only has 2 touchdowns. It makes a lot of sense for him to score. They just gave up Williams. They just lost to, O'Connell. Defense scoring makes a lot of sense. I mean, they gave up 2 rushing touchdowns to Jacobs. I think their rush defense is suspect, if I'm not mistaken. Bryce Hall had a touchdown. Running backs, I think, score against the Giants. Yeah, I think let's go Pollard. Pollard's due for a touchdown. I don't think he's scored in a long time. Yeah, I'm okay with the minus 150. Let's go Pollard. So we got 5 legs. 5 is starting to get a little bunch. Let's see if we can find one more, and that'll take us to the roof. That'll be a true. Now I like this bet. It's 30-1. Pollard to score. Schultz to score. Over in the Detroit Lions. I'm going to change this one. I'm going to take this down a little bit. So let's do a little alternate here. I'm really feeling this one. You can see me starting to get a little bit like going here, like I'm awake on this one. I'm gonna go back here. And then we're gonna go alternate total here. We're gonna bring this down. Let's bring this down to 43.5. 2024 sounds about right for them. Easy. Like they should get this. Like Detroit should score 20 points and the Chargers should score 20 points. You get what I'm saying? And how that number drops. All right, and that's not bad. So right now, if you're okay with this bet, take this bet. Alternate over 43.5, Detroit and the Chargers. Tony Pollard to score. Dalton Schultz to score. Under 38, Cleveland and Baltimore. If you want to take this up to 40, I'm okay with that, but I like it where it's at. And then the Niners money line. Let's see if we can sneak one more in here. And I talked about it in my other play, and it kind of coincides with the play that we were talking about before. Is that in this Tennessee Bucks game, Bucks have the second worst passing defense in the league. If I like Will Levis to throw for 250 yards, he's got to throw to somebody. So give me over DeAndre Hopkins here. He's at 62.5 at minus 125. What is his receptions? His receptions at 5.5. I think I like that. Maybe get a little reception prompt in here. Switch it up. 4.5. Oh, yes. Give me that. Yes, sir. 4.5. Oh, man. Y'all tripping. And that's 40-1. Let me just see what that is. Let me double check that before I make that official play. But I really like that. 4.5 receptions. Like, come on, man. Okay, he's had 4 receptions, but he's had over 60 yards in the last 2 games. Obviously, exploded for 128 for 3 touches. Um, with and even if Levis gets pulled, I mean, their defense is so bad. Let me see. He gave up 5. They gave up 5 passing touchdowns, right? All of them were all passing touchdowns, obviously against the Titans. I mean, did the Bills even Josh Allen had a rushing touchdown, but 2 passing touchdowns. Um, So he's going to throw, and then against the Lions, how many passing touchdowns? He gave up 2 passing touchdowns to the Lions, to Williams and St. Brown. And this is all before the bye week. These are all for, you know, what I mean, you can make shift after the bye week, and it still didn't work. Even before the bye week against the Saints didn't throw anything. They didn't throw any touchdowns. You know what I mean? And but after the bye week, they've been giving up. They've given up in 4 games. They've given up set 10 passing touchdowns, damn near, or 12 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown, because it was 2. That's 9. What did the Falcons do? Or they just gave up, and in all the games, the quarterback has rushed and got a touchdown. What's Oh man, let me just look. What's Will Levis's? Does Will Levis score here? That'll be a fucking banger. 550. That means this bet is going to be plus like 7 something. All right, so if I take this off and put this, what do y'all think the odds on this is? It's got to be like 80 to 1, 90 to 1. It might even be more than that. Oh, that's Baker. My fault. It's still the same as Levis to score. Let's see. Shit. 150 to 1. What? Oh, man. Talk about a scratchy ticket. God damn. That's $10 to win you what? Is that 15 grand? Oh, 1500 off by 0. $10 to win you 1500. Oh man, $25 to win you what? 35? 38? Oh man, that's crazy. If you want a true scratchy ticket, this is it. $25 to win you 3800. I mean, it's worth a stab. Like I said, looking at the trend in the last 4 games, the only rushing touchdowns have been by quarterbacks against the Bucks. They have not given up a rushing touchdown to anybody else. So that's something, that's a gem, right? That's something to find out of 4 games. There's a trend. They don't give up rushing touchdowns. The problem is Tennessee is a rushing team. And when's the last time you saw Derrick Henry plus money to score a rushing touchdown? But I don't think he has a lot of rushing touchdowns. He's only got 4. And they're spotty. They're not even back to back, right? So I don't think they give up a lot of rushing. I don't think they get. I mean, I just think that if they beat Pittsburgh, it's going to be through the air. So there's a couple ways to dice this one up. Excuse me. So this is a true scratchy ticket here, but the official play for me is I got to go over Hopkins here. The 4.5 is right on the number here, so I kind of actually like his yards a little bit better. That's a 40 to 1 play. I really like this play. Like I said, $10 to win you 400, huge difference, right? Huge difference. But $10 to win you 400 is actually really good. But we want a scratchy ticket, and for me, that's a cool enough scratchy ticket. For me, I'm always betting at least 50 on these. So $50 to win you 2 grand, that's worth it to me, right? That's worth it to me. But if you like the Will Levis play, I think I'm going to play it anyway. I'll throw $10 on it just for shits and giggles. Watching this game, but other than that, everything else is solid. I think everything else is solid, and that is our third best parlay of the day. Man, that was fun at the end. That was really fun at the end, man. So if you guys like the plays, always go ahead and hit the notification, hit the subscribe button on all social media platforms. We are on Money Pot Betting on YouTube. If you want more college, NBA is coming. We're cooking up on the back end. We're just watching games. It's so early. I'm just watching games to get a sense of how these teams play. So if you're an NBA bettor, make sure you follow me on Money Pot Betting. I think that the show on A2D is going to be doing some changes as the season goes on. So look out for some information on that. And hope you guys make some money today. Me too, right? I want to win some money today too. I don't do this all just for show. I'm here to make money. And that's the point of it. And that's why you follow. And that's why you hit the like. That's why you hit the subscribe. And that's why you bet with your boy. So thank you all for jumping on. Happy Sunday. Happy betting. Go Birds. This is Moss Money. This is Money Pop Podcast.